Hi, so my name's Eoin Everard. I'm a sub 30-minute 10k runner, for sub 14 for 5k and sub 4-minute miler, and I want to show you how elite runners warm up. Oh, I've just gone for a 10 to 15 minute jog, and now what I do is I'm just going to start doing a little bit of static stretching, warming up the joints. Okay, so you're going to roll your ankles. We'll do it like 10 times. Can do it the other way. Now everybody has slightly different warm-ups that they do. This is the one that I quite like, and we're going to go the other side. And rotate the other way. Okay, and why you want to do this is, I just like getting a little bit of length. There's a big common misconception that you should never do static stretching. We're going to hold, so you're going to bend your back knee and you'll feel that lower down. You should never do static stretching in a warm-up or like foam rolling or anything like that. Those studies are done terribly. Okay, and change sides. The way they did those studies were someone holds a static stretch for like 2 minutes and then they had to do a jump. Now that's not the way we're going to do this, and that's not the way most people do it practically. Okay, so now we're going to just do straight leg and we're going to hold it for 10 seconds. Okay, so a lot of times, sometimes research can be, if you read the methods, I have a PhD in biomechanics, so I can kind of read studies. You realize in the methods, the way they did the study doesn't equate to how people would do this normally. Switch sides. So you feel that in behind the knee. And it's always a good thing to do a little bit of static stretching, just holding for like just 10 seconds or so, just to get a bit of length. A lot of us don't do any kind of static stretching or any lengthening of the muscle anyway, so it's nice just to try ease it up, especially after our run, to wake up the muscles. Toes towards the shins. And then we're going to go the other way. Okay, so now I'm going to go 2 feet together, coming down, stretch the hamstrings. And 10. Okay, I'm going to then, I sometimes then do my my hip rolls. There's one that I do, fuck it, I'll do it. I get slagged about the next one I do. Nobody actually does this next one. So let's do some hip rolls, get the hips moving. But I actually think it's really good because it like dissociates the bottom half from the top half. A lot of people, a lot of pelvic issues, a lot of back pain is because someone can't keep, when they're moving, the whole thing moves. So what I do is you slightly bend the knee and then you're trying to like move your pelvis like that. Okay, so you're just trying to lift and move the pelvis. It takes a while to get good at that move. If I do this, the guys will run away. They won't actually go, they won't even stand beside me or doing anything. Joe Warren's called me out on this a lot of times for races. He's like, the F you doing before a race is distracting me. So it's quite funny. So just do that to get the hips moving. Now, we'll just do, you can do our groins. So we're going to go into this position. And again, we're just kind of like stretching and opening up the kind of main muscles. If it was a race, I sometimes will do some like my mobility or hockey ball work before I go, especially if I've had to drive to the race. Push back, we did do this for 10 seconds. 10, and then the other one. All right. Do a clip of that maybe in here. Okay, next one is hip flexors. So if you have your, I'll talk opposite. So if you have your left leg down, you're going to move to the right side, and then you're going to turn back towards that left side. And you should feel that from here all the way into the stomach. Okay, and then what I do is I try like get that activated as well. So I try lift that front leg. Just do that maybe 10 times. Okay, other side. So you're leaning away from the side that's being stretched, just feel it here, then twisting back. And you can see that keeps my back position in a kind of better alignment. I'm not doing that stupid arch one like this. I'm catching the hip flexor on all 3 dimensions, but I'm keeping a decent alignment here. A lot of people overgo on that front plane and don't get the other 2, and then it's like you never want to be in that hyperlordotic state really if you're doing a race. And again, we're just going to lift that front leg. Just to kind of get used to moving. Okay, next one then is just a figure 4. Oh God, it's really wet. Leg up. Again, we'll hold that for 10 seconds. Okay, good. Just roll the arms. Arm up. And other side. And let's bring that across. I'm going to rotate the wrists. And we'll go to the other side. Okay. I'm going to try to put up one hand and try to keep that steady, and that's going to kind of help activate the muscle. So I usually do this for 20. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then both hands up. I'm going to walk back 2 steps, foot on the ground, hips go back, and I'll do that for half the journey back. Foot is flat, I'm jogging back. I'm just kind of showing you what I normally do. And then toes towards the shins. 1, 2. 1, 2. So now this is where we're bringing in our precious like dynamic stretching that everybody freaking loves. The next one, we might just actually target the calves. So this is a good one. This exercise is a good one for running mechanics as well. So the key thing you want to think of is like tap, tap. Okay? So you go tap, 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 tap. Switching each time. This is called an A skip. Looks like that from the side, moving forward each time. And then when I'm going back, I'm going to stretch the calf. 1, 2, 1, 2. And then we can go straighten out the leg as well. Can you believe I'm not, like, this isn't a professional video. So jog on and jog on. Sometimes I wonder why the hell I do these, like. So with this one, right, rather than flicking behind, that's not really good running mechanics. What we want to do is still do bump kick, but bring the legs up in front, okay? So knees are coming out in front. So one arm up, knees out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other arm up, and then both arms up. Go from here. So we jog back, 1, 2, hold, jog back, 1, 2, hold, jog back, 1, 2, hold, jog back, 1, 2, hold. Just your simple side to sides. Hopefully you can see me like that. I'm gonna go for 12. Okay, and then that one that we're going to do is we just go wider than shoulder width apart and we sit in. 1, 2, up, and we sit in. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. First one you're going to do is bring the inside leg up with the outside arm, come off your toe and come back down like that. Kind of trying to keep my core engaged here. So inside leg off the heel. 1, 2, 3. So we're trying to claw back at the foot. Okay, next, the leg just swinging. Okay, great. So what we would get into that next, right, is just our strides. Just do like 3 kind of like 100-meter strides, just picking it up. If you have a race, what you need to do is a 30-second stride at race pace. And you're going to do that about 10 minutes before the race. That's the big difference before it. Because what will that do? It'll get you really breathing hard, breathing heavy, and then it's easier to get into race pace once you hit the race, okay? So what they've seen is that people who do extended effort, it's only 6 seconds to get back up to their VO2 max. People who haven't done that, it can take up to 30 seconds. Okay, so you want to do a race pace effort, get breathing heavy, so 30 seconds at race pace, about 10 minutes beforehand. Then put on your shoes and get ready to go for the actual thing. So I'm just going to finish off with some strides.